Wow, June 1942, U.S. soldiers and pilots. It's the Battle of Midway and the four-day fight that changed the course of World War II. It's now taking over the big screen. And film critic and In Kansas City magazine contributor Lonita Cook is going to join us to share her thoughts on Midway, along with the holiday movie and the new Antonio Banderas flick.
Antonio Banderas.
Antonio Banderas. Why is it so fun to say? Is it better than Puss in Boots?
Uh-oh.
Okay. Anyway, let's talk about Midway first. I'm a sucker for war movies. I love them. Now, I didn't love Pearl Harbor so much.
Sure.
But like some of the old war movies, like Tora, 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 and the classics from back in the day, you know, really hit on on the story. And I'm kind of re-energized seeing the trailer and hearing Roland Emmerich talk about Midway.
So I have not been as enthusiastic about war movies over the course of my life, but I really enjoyed this film for a number of reasons. One, I did not go in, I go in, I don't know who's in it, I don't know who's directed it, and I was watching it and I was like, whoa, that feels like the flight chase scene from Independence Day.
Oh, really?
And turns out
there's a reason why.
There's a reason why. So you're gonna get some things that feel nostalgic to you in kind of the visuals there.
Yeah.
I really appreciated the handling of Pearl Harbor, and I think that's a common thing that people are feeling.
And that's the nice thing about this is it's not just Midway. You get Pearl Harbor, you get Jimmy Doolittle and his raid. Aaron Eckhart plays Jimmy Doolittle in the show, and then you get Battle of Midway too. So,
that's right. That's right. And so the screening that we went to, we had Navy soldiers in the audience, and they really appreciated the film. And I spoke to one of the soldiers, and they said the accuracy was something.
Oh, very good. So it's very true to history. Well, I had the chance to actually talk with director Roland Emmerich and the stars of the film, Ed Skrein and Luke Kleintank.
Oh, yeah.
And check it out. Roland, with the film being such a historical tale, what drew you to it and made you want to start telling this tale of World War II?
Well, it's like, I think, you know, it's one of the biggest, or maybe the biggest comeback story in World War II. After the attack of, you know, like Pearl Harbor, I think American Navy was not as prepared as they maybe should have been. And they went against, you know, the most powerful navy in the world, the Imperial Japanese Navy. So, you know, that's like kind of the story of the film, and it describes the 6 months, you know, of these like events.
Ed and Luke, talk about your roles, who you play in the film, and how that's displayed on screen.
Well, I play Dick Best, Richard Halsey Best. He's a dive bomber in the Battle of Midway, a man who won 2 Navy crosses, and it was an incredible man. It was an incredible responsibility to play him, and a true honor.
I play Lieutenant Clarence Earl Dickinson, and he's kind of Dick Best's right-hand man as far as friendship goes, but also his companion in the war, and also a dive bomber.
Well, maybe touch on that a little bit. Touch on that a little bit more. When you know, when you play a role that's been written for you, or you audition for, that's a fictional character. What's the difference between that and playing these real-life heroes that fought valiantly in World War II?
It's an immense responsibility, but also a pleasure and an honor. My family is all Navy. My grandfather was in the Battle of Midway, so this, for me, hit home, and I had a chance to actually go visit my character's grave in Hawaii to pay my respects to him. So this has been more than just a movie. It's been a sense of, I've felt a sense of love and such a sense of gratitude to be a part of this, and it's been amazing, man.
Yeah, and Roland, just to wrap it all up, what do you want people to take away from the film once they see it?
Well, I think it's always like important to remind people that these guys, these young guys, more or less died for democracy, fighting against fascism. And I think when we have to kind of keep reminding people today, because especially in a time where there's a lot of divisiveness, you know, and nationalism is on the rise. You know, it's good to remind people that nationalism sometimes leads to these terrible events which you call war.
So should we be checking the Midway out this weekend? Real quick, what do you think?
If you love war movies, you'll definitely love this one. I think the thing that really struck me as somebody who's not military background is the idea that two friends can go to war together and one of them comes home and what that does afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So that was very powerful for me.
Moving on to the next two movies, we have Last Christmas. This is Emilia Clarke, and who else is in it?
Henry Golding.
Why?
Heartthrob.
Okay, well, you can be over him. I'm all about Emilia Clarke then.
Oh, yeah, she's
that's
gorgeous.
my girl.
She's gorgeous. Now, this movie is written by Emma Thompson and directed by Paul Feig. And so you know me.
Yeah.
I love the Christmas romance. Is my favorite genre. You can dance two stick figures across the screen, and as long as it's Jingle Bells and they kiss at the end, I'm in. This one, however, works a little too hard to add substance to that genre, and it's just like, dude, give me what I want, the sappiness. That's what I want. And it's a little bit problematic because the soundtrack is all George Michael, the hits that we know and love, right? And so we go in to something that we absolutely love against something that we don't know if we're gonna love. And so the strong soundtrack is stronger than the
match up with the movie itself.
Strongest elements.
Okay, and then finally we have Pain and Glory. This is the Antonio Banderas movie, right?
Dolor y Gloria, that's right.
All right, what you got on this one?
I say visually, it is beautifully and richly textured, great color palette.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Great story. Yeah, it's a great movie, very dramatic. And I recommend it. If we got to be quick here.
There we go. Recommend that one from Mr. Antonio Banderas. We appreciate your time as always. Ms. Lonita Cook, thank you very much.